My name is Sher from sharewwork.com, and this episode is brought to you by the donations and purchases of the site sharewwork.com, which is my blog where I publish articles of my own authorship and on several topics in relevance to the human existence. Today's topic is share on exercising and depression. Well, we realized that of luring new members, right? Also, the New Year's resolutions, in part, are the basic of why people are coming more to the gym, and well, we see more of this scenario on the first months, of course, January. We all hear the benefits of exercising, and still we do not do it, such as, our bodies get in shape, we feel great because we lose a few pounds, and then we gain during the holidays. Starting from Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's dinners. Well, along the fat on our hips, we also gain guilt, and now we're ready to tackle it, right? Which is a good reason for people to run to the gym in the first term of the year. But this article wants to point out the importance of exercise to increase energy so we don't feel as low with our moods, and basically to locate specific exercises that will help us with the people who are fighting depression, anxiety, and lack of sleep. Sometimes people have difficulties when falling asleep. We feel that we fight against our waistline, but we also fight against the game of life. We are trying to succeed. We are trying to be the best humans, the best husbands, wives. We're trying to get there first, wherever that place is. And now, with the internet, our exposure to competition has multiplied by millions. Yes, our feelings of overwhelm, self reliance, and goal oriented leave us more confused than on target. We end up feeling like a loser. And we are comparing ourselves with Olympic athletes. And when we are comparing our bodies with body, against bodybuilders, we just cannot help it. We have those feelings of failure. It is inevitable. So this article, it is not addressed to professional athletes who, you know, because when I think about him, I believe that this person has a professional dietitian and he follows a professional diet, food supplements, a professional routine, as well as a professional healthcare provider who is measuring his every intake of food and time exposure to exercise machines. So this article goes more to the moms and students, general workers, and average person that is at the office who is trying to move a little, his or her body because they're in a sitting position most of the time throughout the entire week, and it's just really, it is like a torture, right? So probably being diagnosed with depression or who is not feeling as great as when they were teenagers. Okay, so even some teenagers these days are suffering from low moods, anxiety, and just don't have the energy to do things they used to do every day. Uh, Even, like a common thing such as getting up from the bed could be a struggle. And the idea of going to work, sometimes it's a real sacrifice for a lot of people. So because this world doesn't stop for us, some people might have a regular treatment for the pressure and anxiety, but it's not enough. Okay, so this is why I make this article, because I have learned that from studies that show that when people combine regular treatment with additional exercise, they tend to have more energy to do the things they have to do, to do, to go on with life and continue moving forward their goals. Of course, this is not a substitute for any type of treatment. Please seek attention. um, I'm not a doctor or play one on the internet, so please uh, have those things on check. So, additionally, help from ourselves is always welcome. This is why we need to help ourselves by exercising. All right. Uh, we're not suggesting a routine for you because you will need a certified trainer for that advice. What it is suggested in this is to just like get a regular yoga class because it will help your body to relax and help your lungs to get more oxygen, and to go you can go as hard as you can or as low as you can. It's up to you. Nobody's rushing you. And always ask your doctor before attempting any exercise movements, okay? If you're injured, please do not try it. And at least we can do breathing exercises, which will bring more oxygen in our brains. Even, that will be an advantage of how you were before you make those exercises. Another exercise that will help us improve daily performance uh, and with our brain capacity is lifting weights. You will be surprised because I researched and some studies have shown that in relation to the growth of muscle, when you're doing the repetitions and making, it helps your neurons to make more. Like you will produce more neurons when you are lifting weights for some reason. All right. So when you have more neurons, what happens? Well, it helps you with focus and become more alert. Okay. Which by default, we want to have more focus and alertness in our jobs, in our schools, and every activity we have to prove ourselves, where we have to finish any task and where we've been constantly tested. Yes, so lifting weights, it's your helper. Another thing is that it is so important that we have a good night's sleep. And studies have shown that Pilates, that technique Pilates, helps improve for people whose daily activities have so much stress, and when they go to bed, they struggle when falling asleep. With this technique, help them go and have better sleep, which always is well received. We all agree that basic, when we have alertness, it's necessary that you have a good night's sleep, right? And again, we don't have to break the bank to go to these classes. We can go to our local community gym and get started, with the habit. The first 30 days will be a challenge because we're not used to putting our sneakers and getting to those clothes and getting to those machines and start working out. It's everything that is new. It tends to scare us a little bit. So let's say that we're healthy and we voluntarily, we want to start making exercise. We should not get overwhelmed. Just take things in our own pace and do as much as we want and as much as we're able to go by our own standards and capabilities because it is our body and we can decide what we do, right? What to do, when to do it, and how much we want to exercise. Who knows? A year from now, what our progress can be and what our workout routine might be. you know, the important is that we start somewhere. So, two things. One is having the decision to do it, the exercise. And number two is just taking the action without pressure. Just take it easy, just start just like, so there you have it. There you have it. We do not have to train like a gymnast or a heavyweight fighter or a martial arts champion. We just have to start by putting those exercise clothes. Probably the first day, We're just going to be walking around by the gym and looking around at the exercise machines. It's fine. It's our first day. It will be just fine if we don't get into any action. It's fine. In my opinion, you already succeeded, uh, because you get there. I mean, you're there. You're at the gym. The next day, we might want to, get on the treadmill and walk for a few minutes. You don't have to spend a half hour. Just as much as you want, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, perfect. And take it from there. The important is that we are starting to get in the habit to go to the gym and exercise our bodies and get those happy feelings all over our brains. That's it. My name is Sher Henderson, and I want you to succeed. Thank you for watching. Thank you for having this experience with me. This is our first live broadcast, and we're gonna celebrate our first year here in YouTube, the 31st of this month, January. Thank you so much. I will meet you right here for my next episode. Thank you for sharing my podcast, my articles, and my YouTube channel with your social media. This episode is brought to you by the Loving Donations for the purchases to our site. Remember that the art that I create is now printed in beautiful t-shirts for sale on our site. Have a wonderful day, everybody. And remember that I love you and I send you a big kiss. All right? Thank you, everybody.